Hola, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are today Friday, December 6th, 2019. And to be quite frankly honest with you, I don't really want to film this particular topic discussions just because I am in a just a very light mode. It is a beautiful sunshine today here in Port-au-Prince. It is pretty hot, like not like oh my god, it's so unbearably hot, but pretty hot for the month of December. Last week the weather was pretty cool. Usually like in the middle of the night it's quite cool, but today it's nice, it's sunny, and just right I was gonna sit down here to talk, and I started to think about this song, Just One of Them Days. You remember that song? So it was like it's just one of those days where I just feel like I wish that I could just bring like just a lighter topic discussions into my channel, or just do fun stuff, which I hope that by next week I'll be doing. Probably not, because you guys understand that the consultation is already up and going, so it's work mode for me. But anywho, I don't mind it. What are we going to be talking about today? Today I have no notes. I have not been able to put my mind, just because I have so much going on. But yesterday I sort of like spoke of something that hit close to home, which was the Restavek situation here in Haiti. And that prompted me to think about a different topic discussions. I today want to bring forth for you adoption in Haiti. However, I am going to talk about it from the perspective of the adoptee. That's really what I wanted to bring forth for you. One of the reasons that I want to talk about that, it's because if you remember from the video that I made for you about orphanage in Haiti, I did mention to you that 5 years ago when I went back to the States, I was doing like my networking events, and I met a gentleman there who was dating a woman. The man was an African American man, a black man, and the woman was a white woman, and she came to Haiti. And what happened is, on her second visit to Haiti, I guess she visited orphanage, and she fell in love with a little boy. So as I was speaking to the man, he was telling me that the lady was actually on her way back to flying out of Port-au-Prince, coming to the United States, finalizing the adoption process, which he told me that took forever for her to finish these things. And he was against it. He was not for it. And his question was pretty blunt to me. I remembered him telling me, he actually asked me if I could speak to her over the phone. I think I mentioned that to you guys, to kind of like discourage her. And I said to him, like, this was absolutely not my place to do something like that. I would never discourage anyone. I myself want to adopt children. I do. I've always wanted I remember to that particular scenario. I never forgot it. But I too, in my own family, yes, we have a lot of relatives that put their children up for adoption before, because my brother-in-law in the past worked with a adoption agency. I can't disclose the name or anything, but their policy was pretty different than a usual adoption policy, because I do believe like their policy was sort of like, once that child get adopted, the adoptive parents are required to submit pictures and kind of like how the child is progressing in that particular environment. So because I felt like it was, in the last video that I made, the orphanage in Haiti, that video got, in the beginning, it was not one of my most popular videos. I actually had people who worked in Haiti, foreign people who worked in Haiti, who came forward and told me that they were really not for what I said. Like I was perpetrating something that was not, like I was generalizing, meaning that I was saying that all foreign people who came to Haiti came to rape children. And that is not the case. I've never said something like that, but that is the general case in the country of Haiti, is that because we don't have a government system, it's very weakened. Many people or can come to Haiti and either do good, which is like some of you are doing a wonderful job here in Haiti, and many other people, it's not only the foreign people, but even the Haitian people also do a lot of harm toward children. So, the perspective of the video that we're going to have today, we're going to talk about it from the perspective of the adoptee. So, because I'm against certain policies, I'm against many things. Unfortunately, by now, if you are a regular in my channel, you understand that I have different views when I look at things, right? I have different approach. We've talked already. So guys, I'm just talking from my mind. So we talked already about the process of orphanage. I've talked to you about that. So I do suggest that you watch that particular video, which is called Orphanage in Haiti. Take it for what it is. You know, it's not a video that you know, I'm sharing with you the majority of the truth of an orphanage here in Haiti. So this is for those of you who are interested in adopting people in Haiti and you go to an orphanage. Understand that the child that you are adopted 90% of the time has their family members around. It just happened that their family members are unable to provide for them financially, provide a safe place for them, so they put that child up. So this is the one thing. Now, the second thing that is very important for me to share with those of you who are interested in adopting children here in Haiti is that when you adopt a child from Haiti and you raise that child and you provide a safe environment and you love that child like your own, unfortunately and sadly for that child that you are adopting, there is a sense of obligation that is going to turn around and come back for that particular child when they are of age, when they become, you know, when they understand certain things. Like, we all understand that whether you with any child that you adopt, there's going to come a time where that child is going to want to know their roots. That child is going to want to know where they come from. I want to be very clear with you. These people who are putting their children up for adoption have in their mindset that once that child is of age, that child is going to file and for them to get their citizenship and to come to the country wherever it is that you have adopted that child from. It is a very tricky situation, and I really wanted to come forward for it because, as I mentioned to you before, even my own relatives, right, have been put up for adoption, and I know the trick behind it. I'm looking at it, as I said to you, from the adoptee's perspective, which these children, once they become young adults, they are going to be very confused. They are going to be out of the loop. So I want you to understand what you have at hand, because to me, I feel like as a parent, because now you become a parent, you're going to have to maneuver this situation very delicate toward your child that you have adopted, right? People who put their children up for adoption here in this country, they do not put their children up as in, I understand that I'm giving my child away because my child needs a better education and everything, and I wish that child the best. 20 years down the line, if that child comes back into my life, I will be gladly happy to receive that child, but I will not have any obligation. No, that is not the case. That is not what's going on. The person who is putting their children up for adoption, more than likely, first and foremost, they probably want that child to be adopted by foreign people. So it's so tricky, because I'm not saying that someone from Haiti would not adopt a child, but more than likely that person is more happy if a foreign person and a person of a different skin complexion is adopting their child. Why? Because for them, they feel like, okay, my child, they base it on that my child is going to have a better aptitude, better money, better lifestyle, and then they're just sitting there counting the days and counting the years until the child becomes of age. And once that child's come back, their mindset, right, is thinking that the child is going to come back to them, apply for them to have their residency, and everything is going to be good. I am more than 100% sure as to that particular information that I'm sharing with you. Because the tricky part about also people who put their children up for adoption is that they continue to have kids, right? So really, children in Haiti, people having children in Haiti, it's kind of like, I hate to compare it and to say what I'm going to say because it might comes off a little harsh, but it's kind of like when you're breeding animals. You know how like you breed animals to sell them, you breed your female dog to sell them. It is actually what is a common thing here in this country, because it would be really to our understanding that if you are putting your child up for adoption, then you are waiting until you are in a better economic situation until you continue to have children. But unfortunately, that is not the case in this country. They put their children up for adoption, and you'll be very surprised that the next year these same people, they get pregnant and they put that one up for adoption. You get pregnant and they put that one up for adoption. So it's a mindset and a concept that for those of us who understand that children are, I don't even want to say that children are not animals, because we love animals as well. Children are not object. So it's probably a concept that is just might come to you and you might ask yourself, what the hell am I talking about? But unfortunately, that is the truth. Otherwise, we would have not had so much child trafficking here in this country. Otherwise, we would have not had the phenomenon of Islavek here in this country as well. So this is really what I really wanted to say. What else could I talk about in this particular situation? Well, I'm just speaking about it from the adoptee's perspective, and I'm putting it out, and I'm also looking at it from the parents who are giving away their children perspective. Because then after that, I feel like that child, so imagine, let's talk about some of my relatives who are not here in Haiti, who were put up for adoptions like years ago. I believe 2 of them went when they were 7, so they fairly remembered home. They come from up the hills. And I believe one of them went when she was like 4. So the 4-year-old is probably never going to remember home. Maybe distant memories, if I can think about here and there. I remember some stuff that happened when I was 3, but it's just like memories that have to trigger that. So we're going to take her out of the equation, right? So we're going to talk about the 7-year-old. The 7-year-olds now, probably they're all going to remember home, but it's going to be different memories. All of these girls, I believe that they are in the United States. That's where they are. 2 of them were adopted from different families. I believe foreign people, like white people, and one of them was also adopted from a foreign person, but she is a Black American woman, right? And out of all family, I do believe that that woman, the irony of it is that out of all 3 of these families, I do believe that that woman, right, who adopted her, she was very reluctant. So we have no news of her. She was very reluctant as to submitting, papers and pictures of updating of her daughter. We're gonna call her daughter because she adopted her. And the funny thing was that the lady and her looked so much alike, right? The lady and her looked so much alike. And the lady has no child, right? The lady doesn't have any children. So I'm guessing that, it's, she complied in the beginning. She sent out a couple of pictures of her adoptive daughter, my young cousin, but she never completed the thing. Now we can sit here and agree to disagree about that adoption policy, right? And the worst thing with it is, like, since the earthquake, the agency is no longer operating here in this country. So we don't have any files, we don't have any news, we don't have anything when it comes to the children anymore. And I'm going to be very honest and share something personal. One of the children's father, words came about that he felt a particular way because he had no news of the kids. And he went even about to, I'm not going to say to openly blame my family, but kind of like insinuating these little things, like, insinuating that, he needs to have like, to know of his daughters, and seeing just like this little insinuation that he's putting out there, as if like, it is my family who coached them into putting their children up for adoption, and now they have no news of the children. Mind you, these people put 2 daughters up for adoption, and within a year that these girls were out of the countries, they started to receive pictures and everything. What did they do? They gave birth to a son, right? So I really wanted you to understand, those of you who are interested in adopting children here in this country, I really want you to understand what you're in for and what you're getting yourself into. So it's not only a matter of legal, the process of getting your children here and everything, but it's also the process of once that child becomes, of age, and that child start asking questions, you probably are going to be supportive to that child, because that transition and that mindset, that child is not going to understand that. You do realize, let's take for instance, my cousin who was adopted by that American woman. She's probably, now the woman doesn't have any contact with these people in Haiti. Like, she was not even for it. So the adoption agency is gone. She's the one who got adopted when she was 4. So imagine that kid doesn't know anything about her own entire family. So let's say that, now we have access to the internet, we have access to everything. So I'm pretty sure like she's gonna find her roots back. But imagine she comes back here and she finds her roots back, and now it's kind of like it's expected of her. She's gonna have a guilt feeling, right? She's gonna come and she's gonna have a guilt feeling of wanted to do good by her blood family, her blood relative. She's gonna want to provide what she never could have expected in life was an obligation from her. So if her mother, her adoptive mother, is not even for her trying to find her roots, imagine the whole psychological problem that child is going to be facing when she's meeting with her family, her blood family, and the expectation that they will have of her. So I really just wanted to talk about it, and I do feel like I've touched everything. Well, for the most part, I feel like I've touched everything. I feel extremely, I do feel the pain. Like, I remembered when my mom was, my brother-in-law, and they were really, just bringing the papers. I remember I was the only one. Like, you guys don't understand how much sometimes I'm so at odds with my family. Because the thing with it is, like, I was saying to my mom, I was telling her, Mom, I don't think this is a good idea. I really don't see it like ending well, like down the line. But she didn't see it like that. Of course she didn't, because she was looking at the fact that the people did not have means to provide and would have probably never gave these opportunity to their daughters. Am I for it? Do I understand? I understand if the adoption concept was that. I understand if the adoption concept was, okay, you know what, I'm doing this because, and I know for a matter of fact, I could never be able to do this for you. And, God be my witness, I want you to go in this family and to live an amazing life and to do good. But that's not really what's going on behind their mind. It's probably that, but it's also it's probably that, but it's also that, well, you know what, once you get 18 and you're of age, I do expect for you to send for me and because that guilt trip, and we're not gonna go into other things, but let's just say that Haitian people can have a very strong hold on their children. You can read between the line and you can understand what I'm saying without coming out of my mouth of saying it. You understand? the Haitian people, more than likely, especially when they do these transaction, they can have a stronghold on their children to make sure that that child comes back to them and take care of what needs to take care of. This is it for the video. I hate to end it on that note, but since yesterday I spoke of that particular topic that was on my mind, I said, hey, why not do a video on adoption from Haiti, but from the perspective of the adoptee, what is expected of them, you know, once you adopt a child, the difficulties and the challenge that you are definitely going to be facing. Now, when I talk about that, does that mean that I'm going to discourage you? No, I told you I want to adopt children here in Haiti. It does not matter if I have 4 or 5 kids of my own. I love children, and I would love to provide a safe place to 1 or 2 children, right? But I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm equipped. I know the mindset. I know what's going on here in Haiti. So I do believe that I will, you know, navigate towards certain things once my child is of age. And I want the same for you. It is not to discourage you and not to tell you that no, do not come, do not, you know, adopt children here from Haiti. But it is to make sure that you understand the challenging that child is going to face once they get older, and for you to not feel kind of like that they are very ungrateful, to not feel like, oh my God, like I cannot believe you after. No, I want you to be very understanding. I want you to understand that there may be other factors that may have that child wild out, act up, or just turn their back onto you, their adoptive parents. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I just hate to bring this topic to my channel because I feel like sometimes the knives are on my neck with these things, but somebody has to bring this topic, and unfortunately I feel like I have to talk about that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next. Do not forget to check out the description box, and do not forget that I offer a business consultation for people who are interested in entering the market of Haiti. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next. Bye.